Be tied up. 15th of June, I'm going to be tied up in a glass box and open to the public. You can choose to either get involved or just walk around, watch, enjoy the show.
Oh my gosh, you can't be serious. What is this? OF model Bonnie Blue brags about her plans to sleep with 2,000 men in one day and be tied up in a glass box and open to the public. Blue has told men to get involved or just walk around and watch. What the Bro, what did I just read, man? I don't even know what's going on anymore, man. I'm sure that some part of my brain just self-destructed. Blue has told men to get involved. By the way, hang on. Blue has told men to get involved or just watch as she plans the shocking 2,000 man stunt. Oh my gosh, man. What in the hell?
But yeah, the website is back up and working, so if you want to get involved, then please do.
Damn. You know for a fact men are going to get involved too. I mean, let me see. News. Bonnie Blue gives shocking answer on how she plans to meet her husband and raise kids. What? Okay, hang on a second, man. Let's go ahead and read that real quick, okay? I don't know if this is true, okay? But go away. Bonnie Blue gives shocking answer on how she plans to meet her husband and raise kids. Bonnie Blue has caused a widespread controversy due to her content obsessing over barely legal boys. Now the star has revealed how she would raise a family, bring up children, and find a husband. You know, she's only doing this just so she can. This is marketing. This is marketing. You know, I've thought about doing stuff like this, marketing myself like this, where like I can bring so many more people onto my channel. But honestly, dude, I can't do that. I just can't market myself. Not because I can't. I don't know how to do it. It's just to me, it's like. I would rather just grow slowly and just develop a community that gets to know me for who I am rather than like pulling stunts like this, you know. The notorious adult star has given a shocking answer on how she would. Okay, we read that. Since Bonnie Blue entered the adult star scene, many have joked there would be no worse fate for a person than to be born the child of an infamous R-rated actress. Many have joked the child would be subject to constant bullying due to the scandalous actions Bonnie had engaged in during her career as a text worker. I'll go ahead and say that. In a recent very heated interview with stand-up TV, Bonnie revealed how her family responded to her wild exploits as a text worker, pulled the lid back on how she would go about raising her own children and finding a husband. While the R-rated actress did say she was not entirely sure if she wanted children, she did reveal how she would approach parenting if she was to ever one day become a mother. When asked if she would want to have children one day, the adult star said, "I think so. I'm not 100% sure." She elaborated before she entered the adult industry. She was fixating on the idea of a family and said she thought she needed one in order to be happy. However, Bonnie has claimed since she became an adult star, she no longer felt as if a family of her own was a prerequisite for a happy life. Bonnie frequently flaunts the fact she's obsessed over men who have only just become old enough to consent in her controversial stunts. When asked if she wanted her hypothetical son to engage in such behavior and sleep with an adult actress like herself, she responded, said, "I love it." What the fuck? That's crazy. You know what? I believe that too. You know why? Because I think there was a video one time that I watched on YouTube where there was a mother who literally with these words too. It was not figurative. It was literally. She said that she would love her son to get with her best friend. I thought to myself, and then the best friend was like, "Yeah, I've been eyeing your son for a long time." I was like, "What the heck?" Like, dude, like, like he was barely aged too. Like he was like 18. And I thought to myself, hang on a second, this is gonna be a close up, right? I thought to myself, like, what the like, bro, you're a mother and this woman's saying that she's been eyeing your son way before the legal age. I'm assuming that Bonnie is in a similar position as well mentally, because you already know her, dude. Like, there's only one cog in her brain that's functioning, and then the rest have either rusted or aren't up to date with their, with their oil change. In a decision incredibly uncharacteristic of a mother, she claimed she would actively send him to a text worker to have his cherry pop. That's crazy, man. Okay, I mean, I guess some people don't mind, you know, popping their cherry to just any random person, but damn, I'm sure that there's a lot. I know it's kind of a stereotype for men, that you know, men just want to like just fuck everything in their path or whatever hole is in their way, even donuts or whatever. They'll even drill a hole on a watermelon. There's those memes, but the reality is that the majority of men, they're not like this. They don't just want to like have or pop their cherry to just any random person, you know. I know I'm not like that, dude. Yeah, I'm not really, you know, textually adventurous, if you know what I mean. Again, I have to say, because YouTube, you already know YouTube, bro. Like, there's no point to explain it. You already know. When asked if she would want her child to lose his virginity with a nice girl he had fallen in love with, she batted down the idea and said, "How unrealistic is that?" Let me see. When asked if she would want her child lose his virginity, if she would want her child lose his virginity with a nice girl he had fallen in love with, she batted that idea down and said, "How unrealistic is that?" Damn. Okay, so I guess she doesn't believe in love or whatever the case is. And also, I almost got a stroke reading this. When asked if she would want her child lose, yeah, there's like definitely to lose. They forgot the number 2. Damn, that was stupid for me to say. Yeah, they're missing TO. Okay, not the number 2. She added, "Who falls in love and has sex and loses their virginity to the person they get married to?" I'm pretty sure like 70% of people in this country, or probably less, probably like 50 or 40, I don't know. Obviously, because a lot of them are religious. There's like what, 64%, 69% of the nation is Christian. So I'm pretty sure there's a good portion of women in the Christianity faith that don't want to just, you know, have text with random people. It does not happen, she said, given a very bleak view of the dating landscape. Although I will say that she is from the UK, I believe. So I guess in the UK it's different. But yeah, Bonnie was also pushed on how she would approach raising a daughter. She was grilled on it. Damn, a daughter? No way, dude. She was grilled on if she would have any shame for a hypothetical daughter if she decided to pursue a similar career as Bonnie. When asked if she would be happy to see her hypothetical daughter lead a lifestyle similar to Bonnie, she said, "I would obviously explain the benefits, the downsides to it, the dangerous potential. I'll explain every aspect. If they choose to do that, I will raise my daughter to be independent and follow her dreams. If that is to play, the F word, sleep with 1,000 men, I'll be there with a banner supporting her all the way." That's crazy. I'm sure she would. She's doing this on her own. When asked, "How would you explain to your husband who you are and what you do?" Bonnie responded, "And he'd probably already know who she is." Yeah, true. And if he's probably someone else who I've already slept with or been in a queue beforehand, she added, alluding to her absurd stunts involving her sleeping with a ridiculous number of men in a single day. Bro, like, I'm sorry, is it me or is it like this article that I can't read? Bonnie has revealed in her dating life she had spoken to a number of these men who have queued up to be involved in her challenges. She claimed she had a couple of serious romantic interests after betting and meeting them in her challenges. Bonnie then went on to claim that the men who take part in her scandalous stunts are actually normal people who walk amongst us in everyday lives. Yeah, I would not doubt that. Finally, Bonnie asked how her family viewed her textual exploits and revealed an incredibly surprising answer and said, "Even my family see how much happier I am," she added. "They're super supportive." Okay. Bonnie previously claimed she earned $2 million a month on her content creation platform, which is in dollars and would roughly work out at 1.5 million pounds. Earlier this year, she took to social media to flaunt photos of herself with a customized Ferrari 458 in early March. On the purchase, the adult star said, "I'm grateful to the barely legal and 1,057 men who afforded me my new Ferrari and can't wait to continue to use my earnings to give back." Oh yeah, that's right. You know what she said too? She's all like, "My way of giving back is education. I educate these men on how to properly handle a woman." Yeah. A weirdo going to do it by raffle ticket at her next marathon. That's crazy. But okay. So this was just a recent article. I don't know if this is a real article. Man, this is insane, dude. I can't believe that there's people like this out there. But, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. This was June 2nd. So this was done today. Interesting. Okay, well, there goes Bonnie Blue, man. Bonnie Blue. If you guys, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna promote that, dude. That's just insane.